A model, an architect, and now our Liva Miss Diva Universe 2022, Divita Rai is with me, along with none other than our reigning Miss Universe, Harnaaz Sandhu. Welcome to E-Times, both of you lovely girls. You all look stunning, first of all.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
How sweet. Thank you, thank you. I'll take that if it's coming from you, Harnaaz. Definitely, I'm going to take it from you. First of all, Divita, congratulations to you on winning the pageant. Definitely, I'm sure you might have been a little nervous before your crowning moment because you had Harnaaz. How was it like? What was that moment when you were crowning? Like, you're being crowned.
You know, the nervousness actually all went away as soon as she came in because she's been such a huge strength and support, and she's been so accessible for me, especially whatever question I have, whatever query I have, she's always been there for me. So just having her, especially beside me, crowning me, it felt extremely special. And of course, you know, at that moment, you're not thinking too much. Any sense is just kind of off. You're just trying to be as present as you can in that moment, and that's exactly what I was trying to be. Yeah.
But do you feel there's any kind of added pressure on your shoulders right now because you are Harnaaz's successor?
Right.
So do you feel anything like that?
I think pressure is good. It means that there are people, you know, who have expectations from you, and that gives me a lot of excitement to, you know, bring out the best version of me. And more than the pressure, I just view it as an incredible opportunity, you know, to represent my country on such a global platform. How many of us get that opportunity, you know?
I know, right?
So just own it, own the moment. And I have a different perspective towards life. I have a different upbringing, different values, advocacy. So bringing that out is important to me, and I'm really excited for this journey ahead.
Harnaaz, coming to you, you know, you're a global citizen yourself right now. And both of you all, one thing that is common, other than many other things, I'm sure, would be that, you know, you're all just 20, in your 20s, right? Harnaaz, what is it that you feel that, you know, you and Divita as a quality have common to win Miss Universe?
I think apart from being Indians,
That is great.
apart from being Indians, as Divita said, that her upbringing is different and my upbringing is different, and you know, we have really learned so much from our family, our community, and values. And I think in the end of the day, it's taught in our blood. I would say the humbleness, the gratitude, the thankfulness of every little things and everyone who was working in a team or anything. So I think that's what I was just telling her, that we have so many traits. I can see myself in her, and that we got more opportunity to stay together and compete together during Liva Miss Diva 2021, and I have got the opportunity to know more about her. So we find each other comfortable, we find more like friends, and we can talk about things, and we have same perspectives, and I think that's very important to have, especially being in this position where you have the platform to represent your country at Miss Universe and all of that. So I think it's really beautiful to see each other with the right laughing moments and the right serious moments and the right way to perceive things that are important.
You know, I just have to say that just before we actually got rolling, I saw how the both of you were taking care of each other, like Harnaaz telling her, the touch up, this, that. Like that's so empowering actually, you know, like women looking after women. That's
Right.
just beautiful. Like things that you don't get to see on camera, but we witness it, so it's always great to put it out there.
Right, I think that's the real meaning of being on this platform, and right now being as Miss Universe, that I've learned is about, in the end of the day, we're doing it to empower women around the world. You know, it's very important to realize and actually inculcate our inputs into women supporting each other. And you know, there's a lot of pressure that she has, and you know, eventually people start comparing, like they might compare me with somebody else, and they're comparing her with somebody else. So I think it's very important to understand, in the end of the day, we all have a different way of dealing. We have a unique quality that nobody else has. So just live your life the way you want and just enjoy everything. It's her time to shine, and she'll do and live her flow the way she wants. So I'm really excited for her journey. I'm sure she's going to make all of us very proud.
Definitely. Harnaaz, the last time we chatted, we spoke of your advocacy. How far do you think you've gone from then to now with that?
I was really surprised, you know, wherever I went till now, I've been to countries like Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and recently South Africa. And we started the coalition with the help of Miss Universe organization and Plan International, and we donated the first pad machine with Padman, aka Mr. Arunachalam, who has been a great inspiration for all of us. And we started this in Delhi, the capital of India, and then we went to Philippines and we donated another pad machine, because through this it's not going to give only livelihood to women in that rural area, but also actually live up to the meaning of women supporting each other. And it's our mission actually to reach around 500 million women all around the world by 2025 and 5 million within India by 2025. And this coalition has really been it has drastically changed, and it's growing and growing, and I was really surprised, especially witnessing, because you only talk, but when you see that people are acknowledging it, it really fills my heart and just gives me that more courage and boosts my confidence and energy to keep looking forward. So yeah, I just go wherever I go, I just tell them that we need more and more support, both men and women supporting us, and let everyone realize that they can conquer anything. And stigmas like menstruation or feminine health or anything like that should not stop you from achieving your goals.
Divita, talk to us about your advocacy. Now, we do know that this is very fresh for you and you
Yes.
just started on with your reign. But something that you would like to share?
Yes, of course. I think the whole point of this platform is visibility to the things that you think are important for you. And I think it's such a great empowering feeling to be able to talk about issues that are close to your heart and also that can, drive real change. So for me, in my upbringing, in my childhood, it was always emphasized that education is really important. My own father harnessed its power and, he got himself out of poverty through education. And he was able to provide for himself. He was able to provide for us, give us a better shot at life because he studied, he educated himself. And that is why, I feel so passionate about education. But I also want to kind of broaden our perspective on what it means to have an education. It's not just about grades. It's not just about a stable career, but it's also about the confidence that you get, the awareness of the opportunities and possibilities that your life has. And that's important for kids to know that, these are the life skills, the values that you can use to overcome any adversity or obstacle in your life. That is important. Can we educate our kids to grow up to be decent human beings who are aware of their rights, who are aware of their values, and just grow up to be kind people, who can cheer on for other people and build this world to be a happier place. That's the incentive. And especially for girl children, I feel, it's so important to for them to know about their rights and for them to gain the confidence to lead their own lives the way they see themselves to lead. I think that freedom of choice needs to be afforded to them, and there's so much more room for improvement, especially in India, to do that and across the world. But I want to start with that thought and with that advocacy. Yeah.
Now, you yourself come from a very strong education background. Was it difficult, and of course you mentioned about your father as well right now, was it difficult to navigate your way through the modeling industry and the world of pageantry when it came to convincing your parents to get in here, or were they like your biggest support system?
So for me, I'm very lucky because I feel blessed. They gave me the greatest gift, which is to believe in me. And throughout my childhood, even though they have come from a very sort of conventional upbringing, they were restricted in the kind of dreams that they should be wanting to pursue. They always ensured that for me and my brother, so my older brother is also an Indo cricket player. He's played nationally, represented India for the World Cup in Australia, in Sri Lanka as well. So for both of us, they've always taught us that, have your own dreams, but make sure that you work hard, you are passionate about it, and you don't give up. You have the freedom to choose whatever it is that you want to do in your life, but make sure that you put in your heart and soul to manifest that and make that a reality. So they've given us complete freedom and values to, hold our own.
Harnaaz, coming to you, in your 8 months of your reign as of now, who was your biggest support system? I know it's tough, like there's so much out there which is beautiful and nice, but behind things can get a little tough, right? Do you feel that you had a dull moment and there was somebody who really backed you up to just put yourself up?
Apart from my mom, SS1, who is director of talent head of Miss Universe organization, she has really inspired me. She has been with me 24/7. She has seen me getting overwhelmed. She has seen me getting confident and, coming back and stronger and all of that happens, So I think she has really, really inspired me, and she has been my backbone, and there's so many things that I was really new to, but she made me realize that she gave me that time to understand, and she actually made me realize my worth. and what exactly I can do and why exactly I'm here. I'm here for this thing, so I can do it and all of that. So she truly inspires me from inside out, irrespective of whatever everybody says. I think there has been a moment where almost everyone started having their own perspectives, but she never ever let me down. I would say she always had that faith in me, and I think that really inspires me with the whole purpose of exactly being a Miss Universe, and why exactly I should be the Miss Universe, and why is it even a title that represents so many things. So yeah, she has really played a very important part in my journey, and I think the lessons that I've learned from her is going to be for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for that.
Harnaaz, what plans after this now? Like, we all know your love for Bollywood, your love for films in general. You've been an actress before. Are we going to see you anytime soon doing something, or what's your plan B?
Well, you truly know I actually started this as an actor only and as a theatre artist, I would rather say that. And my passion for acting has always been me, and I never realized until I was 17. I went on the stage for the first time, and I respected the meaning of being on stage and, the passion and everything. And I have a very different perspective for acting, of course, to enjoy and doing different kind of movies, but at the same time, breaking stigmas and, talking about things. Because whenever we come out of a theatre, we get so influenced by a character, we get so influenced by that movie, the script and everything, and it's very relatable for us. So we get influenced. So that influence is very important, and that's what I look forward to, following my passion and giving back to society. And I think being an actor, I really look forward for performing globally. So for that, stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of things.
Yay, totally waiting for it. Shh, Abhinay, next time. She'll bring it to us only, don't worry.
Don't worry, you'll know it. Breaking news.
Divita, coming to you, what are your preparations going to be like in the coming days as you prepare for the Miss Universe pageant?
Well, the prep is really about rooting to a purpose, rooting myself to an advocacy that I really feel important. And I think that's important because, with the pressure, with a lot of voices telling you how you should be, what you should look like, what you should do, it's important to find your identity and your voice. So as much open as I am to embracing new thought, new lessons, new ways of growing and evolving, it's also important for me to understand, okay, I'm here for a reason. And education is something that's important to me. This is something that I want globally people to know about, and sticking to that.
Also, what is your take about Miss Universe getting so inclusive right now? I mean, it's amazing. Harnaaz spoke to us about how she feels about it. What do you feel about it?
I think it's incredible. Don't you think that the organization, it just keeps pushing boundaries and keeps evolving about what a woman of the 21st century should look like. And that is amazing. Regardless of what phase of life you go on with, your dreams are valid. And that's exactly what this whole new, rule talks about. Your dreams are valid regardless of the choices you've made. And, come on over, live your life, own your truth. So I think that's incredibly powerful, and it's setting an example for all of us, of how we should think, of the kind of perspectives we should have for what is possible for a woman and what's not.
What, according to you, is the role of social media nowadays as far as shaping beauty queens is concerned?
I think it's important to look at social media not in a way that can harm you. You have to look at it critically and see what is it that is going to help me grow and evolve as a person, and what is it that's just there to bash me or bringing me down. It's so easy for someone to sit behind anonymously, not knowing about your upbringing, your journey, and just say blatantly whatever that they feel like saying. Hate is so easy to spread, but at the same time you have to center yourself and be like, no, you may have the freedom to speak, you may have the freedom to form an opinion about me, but it's not going to be at the cost of me, and that's important to have.
That's so well said, right? Beautifully said. In fact, this in itself is such a huge moment, right? Now, although Harnaaz must have passed on, her Liva Miss Diva title, Miss Diva Universe title, but she's still a reigning Miss Universe right now. You're just beginning your reign. So
fresh off the boat.
Fresh off the boat. I feel like this in itself is such a huge thing for our country. What I want to ask you is, Divita, that let's just say you're crowned Miss Universe. What are the 3 things that you're going to do right after you're crowned?
Well, the first thing is definitely, I hope that I can inspire people, through my own journey. I feel like the best inspiration you can bring to people is just how authentically and honestly you live your own life. That's the biggest impression, because it gives the freedom and liberty for other people to live their own truth. And that's how life should be like. I have different dreams, other people have different dreams. But in my own journey of struggle, like I feel like everybody has similar challenges of finding the courage of overcoming the fears of not being good enough. And that's all I've gone through as well in my own journey. So the first thing is just to be able to inspire people, Just look at me, it was possible for me. Right now, sitting here, next to her just feels surreal, because last year reality was something totally different. So that is really powerful, and I feel if people can see that in me and see that in themselves, then half of the job is already done, don't you think?
Second thing, because I remember Harnaaz telling me, "मुझे तो मक्के दी रोटी सरसों दा साग खाना है."
Yeah, I was honest.
Yeah, very honest. Don't you? I know.
Listen, the other two things are eating only.
How we like
And talking. Listen, I love talking.
So you will talk.
I will talk.
Yeah, she will keep on changing the topics, but
Keep talking.
Yeah, but I love chocolates. So
Chocolate binging.
Yeah. So guys, if you have like a hamper of chocolates that you want to
Just
send across,
send
or like, I do. But I'm just kind of restricting myself, we want to be in the best shape, best version of myself. Yes.
Harnaaz, coming to you, what is that one tip or advice that you would like to give to Divita? Something that you learned from your journey and you feel that this is something that should be a lesson that she should follow.
I'm really happy that I got the opportunity to know more about her way before she was crowned, spending that time together and competing for Leave Miss Diva 2021 title. But the only advice I can give to her is that just stay the way you are. The confident, bold, and that unstoppable woman she is already. And don't forget to enjoy the whole journey. It's going to be just surreal. It's going to be a beautiful feeling. And it's going to be a lot of pressure, but make sure that you take time for your mental health. It's important to feel overwhelmed. It's totally fine. But also at the same time, take a break and breathe in, breathe out, and just go with the flow. And I think that's how I try to do it, because I had only 30 days. So I'm happy that she has little long time, but the pressure is going to be for that longer time. And once you're there at Miss Universe pageant, you will just feel so happy for the opportunity that you've gotten. So I really look forward for how she perceives it, but she knows that I'm always there whenever she needs me.
Divita, I'm sure you must have seen every time Harnaaz comes to India, there's so much love right at the airport. Like, the paparazzi guys are crazy and not because of the fact that you are Miss Universe. Of course, that's always there for the person that you are. And a lot of it, I see that even in you, Divita. You're so warm. The energy is so warm. What I want to ask you is there anything that you feel, when you look up to Harnaaz, are things that you want to imbibe during your reign?
Definitely. I think just the strength, this is something that I've also mentioned to her before, that just that strength to not give up at that crucial moment. How can I exert myself a little more? I've already here. How can I give my best at this moment and not have any regrets in my life later on? So I think all of those qualities of her strength, of just the grace and poise with which she's carried herself during her entire reign, those are some fantastic qualities in her, and I would grow so much just trying to imbibe that in me. So definitely that fierce spirit and strength.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. It was an absolute pleasure. The energy is so warm, feels so happy. Thank you so much. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Wish you all the very best too for everything else that you do in life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.